Hello, beautiful people. This is your girl, MamiSoTrue. So good to see you checking in to talk to my thrivers post narcissistic abuse. It's good to see you guys. What's up, family? Thank you for catching another video. If you're new here, I want to take just a quick moment to ask you to consider subscribing and joining our community. Just hit the subscription button down there below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell next to that, because you don't want to miss when I drop weekly videos or when I pop up and go live and stream and talk to you guys, in real time. I am inviting you to like this video. Smash the like button, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button and drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts as I navigate through today's conversation. I'm here to just talk to you briefly and tell you that it's so much deeper than just a cutoff. It's so much deeper than just a cutoff. First of all, let's just reverse real quick. Reverse. Let's just go back real quick and just let's clear the air. In my opinion, there's two types of people roaming this earth right now. You either got a narcissist or you have some sort of an empath. Okay, you got a narcissistic, soulless person, low vibrational, low life energy, loser energy, or you got some type of empathetic soul, someone who cares, right? Someone who's a little bit more on the unconditional side of loving, someone who is real and authentic, high vibrational beings, not perfect, but high vibrational, like their intentions are pure. Unlike a narcissist who is coming in with their own, motives and will lie about it, will look in your eyes and say, I love you, will smile in your face and be sleeping with everyone that knows you. So there gets to a point where when these two people meet, it has to break. The manipulation ship has to break. It has to snap. It has to end, because it is way too exhausting for any empathetic person to put up and deal with a narcissist. Narcissists are not people you can grow with. They're not people you can glow with, because they're too busy hating, conniving, and manipulating, which causes so much damage to empathetic people, especially those that are unaware of what they are dealing with, unaware and uneducated about the environment that they are in with these narcissistic demon entities. It becomes vital. Like, it becomes a life-threatening decision to have to walk away and cut these people off. And for most empaths, we automatically get to this point because we get so drained, we get so exhausted, we get so fed up, and we get so sick and tired. All the gaslighting, the hot and cold behavior. This person don't really want to do much. And you're a liver of life. This person doesn't want you to be happy, preventing you from traveling, preventing you from connecting with your friends that you probably grew up with and knew your whole life. But this jealous entity will come in and take everything from you. You will know you've dealt with a narcissist if you've ever been left to bleed, like left for dead. They just took everything from you. I mean, I'm talking about betrayal that we didn't even know existed. You know you've dealt with a narcissist when at the end of it or at some point of the manipulation ship, you felt like you were the living dead, all because you were living with a dead soul. A true empath. A real empath, someone who is real. They came into it with real and true and pure intentions. Honestly, empaths who meet narcissists, sometimes they meet a very, very broken, sad story narcissist. I mean, this person has all this stuff going on. They needed you to help them get a job. They needed you to help them be somebody, because they really weren't anybody. And if they really had some kind of title, it didn't even matter, because they got the title to put up an image when really the title had nothing to do with who they were on the inside. This person has a fragile sense of self. So, they've achieved all these levels of greatness just to say they did it, but not because they actually enjoy or they're actually compassionate and passionate about their jobs and their titles. No, they don't. They just want the title. Whatever you have on the table, it amps them to chase after some kind of a fake character. This fool will believe that they are the empath. They will start to twist everything that they're bad at on you. They will start to pay attention to whatever they consider flaws on your end and beat you up with it. Now you are questioning yourself, doubting yourself, completely forgetting who you are, because this empty shell of a person wants you to completely dim your light, forget who you are, and bow down to them. As an empath, you're known to absorb energy, right? You're known to carry on other people's emotions. So that makes you sensitive to things. That makes you always trying to save people, fix things, fix situations, be the peacemaker. Most empaths are empaths because they grew up in environments that made them, a rescuer. This is a survivor mechanism. But being an empath is known as someone who always wants to love and loves everybody and is for the people and down to earth and all that. But that's not all, though. That's not all. Just because you're an empath don't mean you're an angel or a saint. No, it means you're real. And when you realize the fake of this narcissist, you realize this was a facade. This person was all about show. This person was gossiping and enjoying pinning you against people. Like those of you with narcissistic parents, it's deeper than a cutoff, because your own parent triangulated you with your siblings. So the cutoff is deeper than just cutting them off. It's, I'm shutting y'all out of my life. It's, I don't want nothing to do with this family. Matter of fact, I'm not even claiming this family, because blood does not mean anything in this case. Relative does not mean family. As an empath, what really happens is they force you to tap into seeing it for what it is. And what it is this person is trying to make a joke out of you. This person is trying to make you the laughing stock. At the end of the day, you really know what a bum they are. You know how unclean they are. You know that they don't take care of themselves. You know they barely wash their butt. You know their deepest and darkest secrets. You know this person really hates themselves. You know this person is deeply insecure. You couldn't even go and use the toilet in peace. This person is a dark, demonic-like entity. And as an empath, you ain't just about to cut them off like it's a game. You are running. You're ghosting them. I mean, whatever you had to do, you're doing it. You're doing it. Meanwhile, they're going to sit there and talk about you. Oh, you're running and you're blah, blah, blah. And okay, that's fine. The truth is, I am running from you. You are a whole sick demon clown, broken baby, narcissist. But just because you're an empath doesn't mean you're some kind of idiot. It doesn't mean you're just laying around wanting someone to come and play you and use you up and chew you up and spit you out. It doesn't mean that you were willing to be with this person and it happened to be 10, 20 years and now they dog walking you and dogging you out like you just didn't matter. Maybe they got somebody new all in their ear or whatever. They've delusionally created a new false narrative with somebody else, somebody who don't know them as well as you. So now it's time for them to discard you, right? See, narcissists aim to break an empath so severely that a lot of times instead of breaking the empath, they awaken the empath. This is why they're so smart, they're stupid. Because they mistaken and underestimate what your empathetic nature truly means. Just because you gave them a chance doesn't mean that you're going to die with them. All it took was for them to make narcissistically foolish mistakes over and over and over again for you to realize they are not a real one. She does not love you. This marriage means nothing to this person. That's your parent, but they have no heart. They have no love and no soul for their own child. They want to see you suffer. They enjoy you weeping and crying and falling out and sitting in confusion. And they love to see you sitting there with them dark circles under your eyes because you tired from loss of sleep. Because of all this up and down madness. And this is supposed to be someone who loves you. See? When an empath awakens, it becomes deeper than just a cutoff, because now we must run for our life. Now we must protect our energy. Now we must reintroduce ourselves, because we're not just some absorbers of energy because we just want to take on people's energy because we don't have nothing else to do. No, we see the need And we're just here to help. You didn't know this person was needy to the point where it was that sick. You didn't know they were needy for validation because they have a sick narcissistic mother. And that's why it seemed like there was some type of incest here. You couldn't tell if they were sleeping with their sister because this person treated their sister more like a wife than they did you. The things that happens start to really have that empath become more of an observer. Empaths pay attention. Empaths give a benefit of a doubt. Call us foolish, dumb, or whatever you want. But man, love is free. We're willing to give it until you prove that you are unworthy of it. Empaths don't discard. They flat out cut you off. For you to pull an empath into your devilish playground thinking that you're going to drag an empath down the street like a rag doll, you are mistaken. Once the empath realizes that you are causing pain that maybe they're familiar with, that narcissistic ass is in trouble. That empath is about to swing so hard, the narcissist is going to fall off their motorcycle and scrape their ass cheeks flat off. They don't even know what's coming when an empath realizes that they are being tricked. They've been duped. They've been played. See, empaths don't come in playing a game. But if you introduce them to a game and then you force them to learn the game, you're in trouble because they're going to defeat you at your own game. They're going to beat you at that game. It's deeper than a cutoff. This is why a lot of you are dealing with narcissists who now feel like they're the victim. They're crying wolf. They feel like you did them wrong. You've been the disloyal one. You've betrayed them, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, they are feeling narcissistically butt hurt because they never had this a part of their plan. It was not a part of the plan for you to snap out of it and see them for exactly what they are. It was not even a part of the plan for you to snatch that mask off the way that you did, because they thought being an empath meant that you wouldn't speak up, that you wouldn't say no, or that you can't say no, or that you're incapable of showing them. Because most empaths, we may not say it, but we'll show you. We'll show you when you give us enough reasons to have to show you that side of us, that version of us that we really kept safe. Just because we're empaths don't mean we don't know how to snap and put you in place. Just because you're an empath doesn't mean you don't know how to move out of that house. It's because you're an empath that put you there in the first place. It's because you're an empath that's kept you from even leaving them, because you know once you leave, they're going to deflate like a balloon. They're going to fall apart. Because you know what your empathetic self is doing in this manipulationship. You know the grown baby that you are taking care of. It's deeper than just a cutoff when an empath got to do it. Because you tricked and deceived this empath for so long. You don't want to play these dark psychological games with a true empath. Empaths are highly intelligent. Not just highly intuitive, but highly intelligent. And I'm not talking about just academically smart. I'm talking about life smart. We see things. And when we start to see things clear for what it is, the warrior in us kicks in. No narcissist is ever ready for an empath to truly cut them off, because our cutoff is permanent. This is why these narcs in your life find themselves snooping around, bringing their big narcissistic nose back in your life 2-3 years later, poking around. They never left. They have been stalking you with other pages, fake pages. They are finding ways to watch you. They moved down the street for a reason. This person drives by your home all the time. They weren't ready to lose you, but they do. When they finally lose you, there is no coming back. Honestly, there really is no better supply than a true empath. Someone willing to give. Someone maybe have their own trauma enough to not even see the red flags. I mean, we are the perfect, and we can be the most perfect targeted supply for a narcissist. We end up being primary supply. You're the one they're marrying. You're the one they're locking in a child with. You're the one they tried to marry. Thank God you shut it down if you did. You dodged that bullet. You are the one that they worked hard for. They felt different when they was with you. You're an empath. They now know you. They're having nightmares now. Nobody has ever made that narcissist shaking their narcissistic socks and boots the way you have and the way you are. Because they thought you were just so sweet and loving and, oh, I love you, baby. They didn't know that you could fake it too until you had to get out. They didn't know that you would play a fool to a fool until it was time to leave the fool. They didn't know you could act too. Yeah, they weren't ready for these games. They didn't know that once you got where you were trying to go with your escape plan, that exposure was going to hit different. They didn't know the strength you really had inside of you because they laughed at it. They thought it was a joke because you have trauma in your past. You've been through some things. You have your own situations. You have your own illnesses. So they thought they were going to weaponize all that against you until you took the biggest weapon, which was your empath nature. Instead of absorbing their energy, you started to see it for exactly what it is and disconnect from their energy. You started to see their energy was not the energy that you were deceived to believing it was. You couldn't even deny it anymore. That's why the tactics couldn't work anymore. Your cutoff hits different, empath. This person knows you love them. This person knows you were dedicated and committed and loyal as hell, faithful as hell. That's why they are so shocked that you are now under the pressure of being a co-parent. They never thought that you would go that far. They never thought that you would really pack up and leave the house of your dreams that you guys built together. Maybe they tricked you into believing that, just because they gave you that house, put you in that house, that you would never leave because you wanted that house. That was your dream. Now they're really just in disbelief that you were willing to walk away from whatever dream they swore you wanted with them. Where did you get the strength to actually file this divorce? It's the cutoff they weren't expecting. They groomed you to be a permanent doormat. And that cutoff is like, yeah, doormat who? Not me. It's deeper than a cutoff because what they're not going to do is continue to embarrass you. What you're not going to do is continue to play these sick games, pushing and pulling, popping up whenever it serves them best. 1 month they sleeping with prostitutes. The next month they coming home to you with the dirty dick. It's deeper than a cutoff. You will never touch my body again. You'll be lucky if you even get a sniff of me. They better enjoy the underwear they stole out your drawer. Because your cutoff is serious. It's dangerous. It means no more games. You're not playing with my heart. You ain't playing with my head. You gonna play yourself. It's deeper than a cutoff because now the narcissist gets to play themselves. They can lie to their self because it ain't working with you. They can show rage to their self because you not raging with them like a raging bull. They're not about to offset and trigger you and you be all crazy and your day all messed up and no. They gonna be mad with their self and mess up their own day. Let them narcissistically abuse their own damn self. They can talk shit to their self because you ain't listening. They gotta find somebody who's gonna listen to that narc and bullshit because you're not anymore. You're nowhere to be found. They needed you to stay around. They wanted you to be a permanent fixture, so they kept their mask tucked. This is why it took so long to really put a hand on it. You felt it. It's been off. They've shown signs, but you weren't really sure until that mask slipped. They held on to that mask for a long time because they needed you to keep falling for the delusion. They needed you to keep sinking and drowning in the illusion. They needed you to stick around for that false narrative. That's why it's more than a cutoff. You demolished them. You brought their narcissistic game show to a stop. You ripped that mask off so bad, there's a permanent injury on their face. Maybe that's why they're mad at you. Because they can't ever get the same look back. After you, it's obvious the narcissist they are, because it's just in their eyes. It's permanent black eyes for life. The demon is stuck there. They can't even fake it no more. They faked it so good with you that they can't even fake it no more. They burnt out. They're washed out. They got tired. They got tired of acting. You were so real, they got tired of acting. The fakeness just couldn't hang on no more. It just couldn't make it anymore. They had no choice but to just go ahead and expose themselves at some point, because you are too much of an empath. You're too real, too authentic, and they are too fake. She too worried about how she look when she's a whack-ass wife at home. She reeled you in because she came from a broken home. She kept her coverted tendencies on the hush-hush. You thought you found your match. You thought you found a lifetime partner. But at the same time, she forced you to see her for what she was, because it was never changing. It got worse. It got worse. It got worse. The more you did, the more she wanted, and she was never satisfied. You couldn't make this narcissist happy. The cutoff becomes so thorough, you become unbothered to the point where you realize, man, I was pulled into the devil's playground, and I had to play that game and get out. And when I got out, I had no interest. This person became just completely ugly to me. I don't even know what I ever saw in this person. Now I see how pathetic this person is. Matter of fact, they've always been pathetic. And I'm going to forgive myself for allowing myself to even settle in any kind of way. And it's okay. It's a donation. They needed it. It's deeper than a cutoff. If I got to train myself to believe that I never knew you, I will. I never knew you. Narc who? Married to me? When? It's deeper than a cutoff. When they think they got the upper hand because they've blocked you, or they're throwing other people in your face and you don't care. At that point, they're playing themselves. When you get to the point where, man, that narcissist is irrelevant, I'm moving on with my life. That person is a waste of my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. Don't forget to drop a comment below. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe if you're new here. All information to reach me, contact me, and book life coaching sessions with me is below in the detail box. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, guys, stay blessed and stay true.